very grateful, but it's not home, is it? He smiles in understanding. But things will settle down, Louisa. I'm sure of it. It's early days after all. I nod, taking the plate from his hands. That's just what people said when William died. Don't be so hard on yourself, Louisa. It's still early days. I wouldn't worry about that just now if I were you. It's early days. Except that very soon the harsh reality of my life without William made it clear that those early days of grace were well and truly over. The time had soon come to stop crying at the slightest little thing and start planning for my future. It's been 18 months now since he was killed, his life cut short by a drunk driver. Moving here is simply another addition to the growing list of things I've had to get used to. And get used to them I must. Robin is hovering, clearly at a loss for something to say. I smile again, taking the mug from him this time, a signal that he's free to return to whatever he was doing. He backs away and is almost at the door when he pauses. I'm going running later tonight, he says, when it's cooler and a bit quieter, but I don't mind walking instead if you'd like to come with me. I can show you around the town and the best paths to take up onto the hills. There are some spectacular views. His long ginger hair hangs over one shoulder, tied in its customary band to keep it out of his face. One that has more freckles than the night sky has stars. You can tell he's a runner and likes to keep fit. He's tall and rangy with not an ounce of fat on him, so that his baggy shorts hang low on his hips and his t-shirt hugs his flat stomach. Thanks, Robin, I reply, touched by his gesture. But perhaps on another day. I'm planning nothing more strenuous later than a long bath followed by an early night. Besides, I'm sure you'd much rather go by yourself. You can have a proper run then, instead of dawdling while you wait for me. Robin looks as if he's about to say something else, but instead simply nods and, raising a hand in farewell, slips from the room. I look at the plate of sandwiches in my hand. Great, thick doorsteps cut from fresh bread and overflowing with filling. They look beautiful, but I'm very afraid they'll feel like dust in my mouth. I put down the plate on the little table beside my bed and take my mug back to the window, lifting it to my lips. Despite the heat of the day, the tea's warmth is still comforting. The clouds are already beginning to break, and I know the pavements will start to steam as soon as the full force of the sun shines on them once more. But the hot, humid air won't last. Within minutes, the ever-present breeze off the sea will sweep it away. I wonder what winter-time will feel like here, and shiver at the thought of the biting cold I imagine. I should go out and explore, because the longer I leave it, the harder it will feel. But right now, my desire to crawl under the bed covers and stay there is proving hard to resist. Which has perhaps been the strangest thing of all about this period of time. I'm not normally like this. Before William died, I was independent and spent much of my day alone too, happy in my own company. But my days had also been filled with industry. My job kept me busy, as did my hobbies, and I couldn't bear to see time wasted. I tucked and stopped my train of thought from going any further. That isn't what I'd been running through my head at all. Rather that, given my previous abilities, I now can't understand why the sudden absence of William in the world should change me into someone who wouldn't mind if she never sees another soul again. And there I am, thinking about William once more. The celebrations for our 25th wedding anniversary only a few months before his death. And people had said it wouldn't last. I pursed my lips, remembering all too well the comments my mother had made. The pair of you with disastrous marriages behind you, and yet you're willing to do it all over again. You hardly know him, Louisa, and you're no age at all. For heaven's sake, take your time with this one. But I hadn't wanted to, and neither had he, so our whirlwind romance turned into a spur-of-the-moment wedding, but it had worked. For all these years, it had worked beautifully. It had been hard in the beginning, perhaps, when we'd had no money. William had a child, Simon, and his ex-wife had certainly not been backward in coming forward any time she'd wanted anything. It hadn't been his fault that the relationship fell apart, but he'd done the right thing, supporting his son right up until his 18th birthday. for a long